With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to Phoenix International Raceway. It's the final race, that's right, championship night here for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series season finale, season number 2, coming to a close. Big turnaround from where we were at in season number 1. A driver that was vying for a championship eliminated in round 1. A driver he eliminated in round 1 last year, fighting for a championship trophy right here tonight from Phoenix International Raceway. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from the track side, and it looks like the 10-minute qualifying session already underway. So what do you say we go ahead and throw some of that qualifying information up for you to the left-hand side of your screen? There you see Cody Richardson sitting top of the speed charts right now. That 64 Chevy ZL1 Camaro, fast time tonight, 26:71 for the pole position. Cody Richardson, one of those drivers vying for the championship here tonight. You're one of your final 4 drivers. We'll get to some of the point standings just before we head trackside for the national anthem. But first, we've got to get through this 10-minute qualifying session. Looks like we've got a handful of new drivers out there on the track. When I say new, I mean new as far as the qualifying session. Brian Dorsey and Andrew Caldwell, the 46 Toyota Camry, also out there on track. Caldwell in the 46. We'll have to keep an eye on him. He is one of your championship 4 drivers, so we'll have to keep our eye on him throughout the rest of the evening. Let's see, Crank Bell in the 14 gets out on track. Christopher Dean, Eric Moore, Paul Turner, Trevor Ryan, Andrew Koska, all off track, still waiting to put down their qualifying time. About 3 minutes in to this 10-minute qualifying session. And as the music begins to fade away in the background, we'll begin to run down some of those official point standings coming in to the final race here in season number 2 for Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Can't thank the guys and gals back at Wheels for Warriors USA enough for coming on board, sponsoring yet another season here with Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues. So a big shout out to everybody over there behind the scenes. Big shout out to Craig and Jesse for all they do. Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Qualifying still hot and heavy out there on the track. Andrew Caldwell gonna put his Camry at the top of the speed charts. 26:69 is now the provisional pole. And it looks like track going to go quiet for just a handful of moments, so that's going to give us just an opportunity here as Dusty Martin goes down into the final corner. He'll have his second time lap this time on around. Where does Martin shake out? There you can see him crossing the start-finish line right there. He looks like he's going to shake out in that 9th position. And as the as the track does fall silent, we're going to get to some of those championship points that we were talking about moments ago, race fans. We've got a race within a race here tonight. You can see those top 4 drivers: Cody Richardson, Andrew Koska, Andrew Caldwell, Coleridge, Finmore, all knotted up with 7,000 points. They are your final 4 drivers fighting for the hardware here tonight. But don't forget about the battles back behind them. Christopher Dean, Crank Bell going at it very close in the point standings for who's going to walk away 5th and 6th this season. A little bit of some jump backs to a few other positions there. You can see Dave Sanders, Trevor Ryan mixing it up for the final spot in the top 10. Patrick Stein looks like he's got quite a bit to overcome if he's going to want to break into that 13th position and take it away from Dave Ronderson. Frank DiMaggio, how about his run? DiMaggio, 4 race wins this season. Elected to stay out of the chase, was going to miss a few races, a handful of races to be exact. And DiMaggio, although he's been to victory lane, you can see it right there down in the point standings, missed the playoffs. But DiMaggio, he's got a shot. If he can walk away with a race win, he may be able to improve that top 15 position. But tonight, it's all about those 4 drivers at the front of your championship standings. Richardson, Koska, Caldwell, and Finmore gonna throw some fisticuffs here tonight. Short track Saturday night style on a Thursday night right here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. And Andrew Koska, while we were going over our point standings, Andrew Koska puts that 47 on top of the speed charts. He's going to run a 26.60 flat for the fast time here in qualifying. That is your provisional poll. Still a handful. I say handful, about 7 to 8 drivers left to put in a qualifying time, so that 26.60 is not safe, is not secure just yet. Craig Bell going to break into the top 5 with his qualifying effort. How about Patrick Stein, the 89? He's knocking on the door of a top 10. What do you say we go out there on track? Coleridge, Finmore out there trying to lay down some laps. Let's go take a ride with championship contender, the one of Coleridge, Finmore. He'll work his way off of, I believe that is actually turn 2 now. Ever since they kind of moved this start-finish line on me again. Yeah, I believe, see, let's read, just read the wall, Dave. I mean, read the wall. It'll tell you, I think. Finmore back down the short chute and into the dog leg to cross the start-finish line. This time around, he's going to go third with his first time lap. Where does he shake out this time around? Going to hang it out. Cross the line. Can he improve? And he does. Top of the speed charts. Finmore with the fast time tonight. The one Chevy ZL1 Camaro is going to put down a 26.52, and the one of Finmore looks to lead this field off to green flag racing here tonight. And it looks like that's going to be about it for qualifying. We've got ourselves just about a minute and a half remaining. Doesn't look like we're going to have anybody else get out there on the track. We will keep our eye out there for just a brief few moments. Make sure nobody does get out there on track. But as it sits right now on pole, fast time tonight, Finmore sits at the top of the speed charts, 26.52. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break, head trackside for your national anthem, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
And we come back trackside here at Phoenix International Raceway. And here we go. You can hear those familiar bells in the background. You know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup here in the season finale for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Coleridge Fenmore grabs the top spot. He'll start inside row number 1, just to his outside, the 47 of Andrew Koska. Back in row number 2 here tonight, you'll find the 46 of Andrew Caldwell and the 64 of Cody Richardson. Craig Bell, Dave Rogerson going to make up row number 3. Row number 4. Oh my goodness, and we may be going green flag racing here very shortly. Row number 4, back there, Trevor Ryan, Eric Anderson, Bob Rogerson, and Brian Dorsey making up your top 10. Rest of the running order looks a little something like this. Frank DiMaggio, he's going to have to make his way up through the field from the 15th starting position. Mike Stiverson rounds out your top 20, and we are set to go. Green flag racing here this time around, and just like that, we're on the gas and green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Phoenix International Raceway. That's right, championship night, and your championship 4 sitting in the top 4 positions right now on track. Fenmore leads Andrew Koska, Andrew Caldwell, Cody Richardson right there as well, lurking in the background. Don't count out that 14 of Craig Bell. He wants to play spoiler here tonight. Can he get that 14 Colonial Riders machine a little bit closer to the front? Here comes Trevor Ryan on the bottom of the racetrack. He's trying to make up some positions. The 46 of Caldwell looking to the outside of Fenmore as Andrew Koska has that top spot. Already one lead change here tonight. 2 different race leaders. We are only on lap number 2, and Koska beginning to flex his muscles a little bit, start to step away from Fenmore. 3 cars all in line. Fenmore, Caldwell, Richardson on track. Craig Bell losing a little bit of time. Trevor Ryan, David Rogerson, Bob Rogerson all knotted up with each other right here. Everybody seems to be single file racing here, looking like we're going to log some laps here tonight. 140 laps is the official race distance here tonight in championship night in the Sun Devil 140 right here from Phoenix International Raceway. Here we go, race fans. This is what we have been waiting for all season long. Who was gonna make it to this point, and who was gonna assert themselves above all others and walk away with that championship trophy? We're gonna talk about that quite a bit here tonight, but right now, close little battle as the 37 of Dave Rogerson has a familiar man right behind him. There's the 78 of Bob Rogerson. How about that Wheels for Warriors USA turn 3, 43 of Eric Anderson running inside the top 10. Anderson sits back in 9th, and Jerry Isaacs, great run over the past few weeks for Isaacs, the 51 machine right there on track, going through the corner just outside of the tire tracks of Anderson in front. Isaacs rounds out your top 10. Drivers still mixing it up excuse me, across this field. Small gaps beginning to develop near the front. Looks like your top 4 almost have a 1 second advantage over that 14 of Craig Bell. They'll continue to keep that 5th spot, starting to step away just a little bit from Trevor Ryan. So small gaps beginning to grow at the front of the field. We've got cars still jockeying for position back here around this 10th spot. Eric Anderson, Jerry Isaacs, Brian Dorsey, Dave Sanders all run in a line. How about Christopher Dean right there, the 2 machine knocked out of championship contention in the round of 8. It all came down to the final race, and Dean was not able to get the job done. He fell just short from making the run at it here tonight. Your top 4 on track as they run are your championship 4, so we'll continue to check in at the front from time to time. Koska's beginning to get ran back down by Finmore. What do you say we go back up there, watch the battle for the race lead here? It's beginning to take shape. There's Finmore right there all over that 47 of Koska as they make their way off of the corner exit. Back down the short chute. They'll come around the dog leg and back across the start-finish line. Well, there's turn 3, actually. They'll come through turn 3 and across the dog leg. There it is. Back down into turn number 1. Koska still fending off Finmore for the time being. Battle still raging back in the tail end of the field. I say tail end, but I mean the 8th position. Bob Ronderson has company. He's all over David Ronderson in front of him in that 43 of Eric Anderson. Not going anywhere. Anderson right there mixing it up, heating it up for that 8th position on track. Christopher Dean getting by Dave Sanders. He's going to take over the 12th position on track as we cross the line. Lap number 12 out of 140 scheduled in tonight's official race distance underway. Challenge for the race lead once again. Finmore going to look to the bottom through the dog leg. Not going to quite get there. Or actually, I apologize. That's not quite the dog leg anymore. It's all still a little bit confusing the way that they've laid this thing out. We're just so accustomed, just so used to the good old Phoenix, one dog leg in turn 3 there, and now it's all shifted around a little bit, but still gives us some great racing action. You got to come around that last little bit of a corner and work your way around what used to be the dog leg to get to the start and finish line. So big restarts here. Wide open racetrack. You can see it 3-4 wide heading down into turn 1. And there you can see on the wall what used to be the dog leg, now basically turn number 1. For me, some people still call it the dog leg. Tomatoes is what it is. These drivers still laying down some fast times, though, compared to their qualifying laps. Finmore, your pole sitter, dropped from the top spot there on lap number about 1.5. There for Finmore. He does have credit for leading one lap, but Koska got himself up and around, gained a little bit of ground since Finmore has been able to reel him in while they have dropped Caldwell and Richardson back behind them. 1.3 seconds. Let's go back, check out the battle here for 3rd and 4th on the racetrack. These are your second 2 championship 4 contenders. Caldwell leads Richardson on lap 16. Ooh, and it looked like a big moment there for Cody Richardson coming up out of the corner exit. Car looked like it lurched to that outside wall, and that could have been, it could have been bad. We'll jump around the racetrack just a little bit. Once again, how about the battle back here around that 10th position? Jerry Isaacs defending it from Christopher Dean. Dean going to pack it down into the corner, bottom of the racetrack, side by side off of the corner exit. Brian Dorsey likes what he sees in front. Door may be opened here for that 9 to follow through, but not able to make the pass just yet. Until now, rolling the center of the corner very well. The 2 of Christopher Dean takes the spot away. That's one position. Now he's got to gain a lot of track time, about 1 second back from that 43 of Eric Anderson. So Dean gonna have to get on the gas and get up through this field. Brian Dorsey looking to try his hand with the Ford Mustang down to the inside of that 51 of Jerry Isaacs. Dave Sanders and the 77 piled in right behind them. Everybody still jockeying for positions. Big wiggle Tail slapping into the outside wall there for the 9 as sparks fly back down into turn number 3. The 9 struggling with some grip here. Looks like he's going to corral the car. We're going to have to keep an eye out on that 9, see how bad the damage ends up being on the right side. Whoa, and Dave Sanders almost pile drived. Oh my God. I don't know how Sanders did not meet that inside safer barrier head on. He was completely sideways through the corner. My gosh. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Coleridge Finmore continues to heat up Andrew Koska. Koska not having any of it, says if you want to get by, you're going to have to work for it. As we jump on board, take a little look back at Finmore, who tries to run a little bit of that dog leg there. Not as useful as it used to be. Very useful on the restarts, but we are not in a restart situation here. Finmore loses a little bit of ground through turn number 1. Drivers back out of the corner exit. They'll come back around to the start-finish line. Finmore going to try the line again. No, not gaining any ground right now, so Koska doing a heck of a job. How about that corner entry, though? Finmore really rolled the bottom of the corner that time, made up a lot of ground that last corner. What a run by Finmore. I do believe he is one of our 2 championship contenders with an onboard camera. So what do you say we jump on board with Coleridge Finmore here, running in the 2nd position. Just look at the time gained on that corner entry. Able to maintain pretty decently right there. Now Koska, this is where Koska gains back that time. Late in the run down these short little stretches, these short front stretches and back stretches. A little bit of a wiggle in the tail end of that 47 that time around. Finmore still utilizing that apron. Back down into old turn number 3. Or turn 1 and 2, what used to be 1 and 2. I apologize. Man, what a battle right here for the race lead. I was kind of speechless there for a second. We do apologize. Just enjoying some of this great racing action right here. I mean, this is great at the front of the field for the race win, for a championship win as well. Your top 2 drivers, Andrew Koska, Coleridge Finmore, 2 out of your final 4 chase competitors vying for the championship. And here we go. It might happen. This might be it. Finmore might have the spot here. He's going to slide up the racetrack looking for the crossover. Down to the bottom of the racetrack goes Koska, and Finmore going to keep the spot. Off of the corner exit, tough break there. Koska going to give back that race lead. We have now had ourselves 3 different lead changes tonight just amongst 2 different drivers. No caution flag so far. We have been clean and green all race long. Let's take a look back through the field. What do you say, race fans? Up 8 positions here tonight. Biggest mover of the race so far, Christopher Dean in the 2 machine. And how about this? We switch right to him as he's heating up a fellow competitor. The 78 of Bob Rogerson goes to the high side. Dean going to dig on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to run down both Rogerson and Trevor Ryan. That 18 machine sitting in that 6th position. Can Dean grab another 2? More battles back behind these drivers. Let's go around that top 15 position. Jerry Isaacs right now sitting in the 14th spot. Patrick Stein in the Blue Emu sponsored 89 machine looks to the inside of the racetrack. He's not quite going to get it just yet. They'll drag race back through the dog leg. Back into turns 1 and 2 here. Corner exit through turn 3 and 4 this time around. And it looks like the 89 of Patrick Stein has solidified that spot. Things starting to calm down just a little bit back here in the back of the pack. Let's go back outside of your top 10. There's the 95 of Frank DiMaggio. He's up 4 positions from where he started tonight's race. Solid run so far here to open tonight's race. The Sun Devil 140 right here from Phoenix International Raceway. That's right, the season championship underway. Oh, just a little over 100 laps left to decide who's going to raise the hardware, who's going to walk away with that golden ticket and the trophy here tonight. We'll jump back up front because I want you race fans to see this. We got to back away from the track just a little bit if we can. Look who is back in the picture. The 46 of Andrew Caldwell is running down Andrew Koska and Cody Richardson. He's right there as well. Your championship for yarding the rest of this field right now. No hatefulness in the words right there, but absolutely walking away from this field right now. Your top 4, your championship competitors all stepping out to over a 5-second advantage. Cody Richardson has 5 seconds on Crank Bell, who sits back in that 5th spot. So it is all about the front runners right now. Who can punch the ticket, man? Who wants it the most? Are you willing to risk some strategy? Are you willing to play some games? Think outside of the box. What are you willing to do? What are you not willing to do? If it comes down to a last lap door check, what do you do? Do you throw it in there? Do you try to, well, in the famous words of Kyle Larson, try to video game it and just not work out? Or do what do you do? Something to start thinking about. 36 laps into tonight's 140-lap feature event right here from Phoenix International Raceway. You're watching the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Finmore starting to show the dominance in the late run right here. He's opened it up to the biggest gap of the race so far. Now just over 1 second between Finmore and Koska. Caldwell has run down Andrew Koska. We're going to have a battle for second and third here very shortly, and that should bring the 64 of Cody Richardson right there in line, right there in tow. Brian Dorsey getting by Christopher Wold for the 12th position on track. Battles all over this raceway. What do you say we jump back to that battle between Dorsey and Wold right now, 12th and 13th on the track. Frank DiMaggio now up to the 11th position. Can the Budweiser Select 32 get up and around the fast Ford Mustang of Brian Dorsey? Dorsey was knocking on the door of a top 5 just about 15 laps ago. Now finds himself struggling with the late run pace. Dorsey's since dropped all the way outside of the top 10, now sitting back in 12th. 2 spots down from where he qualified tonight, up in the 10th position. Dorsey gonna look for some long run speed with the first round of green flag pit stops, and as we cross the line to reach lap number 39 this time around, we are knocking on the door of that 100 lap threshold remaining already. Green flag pit stops will be coming soon. I would say the next 5 to 10 laps, we should see these drivers begin to make their way to pit road. I'm going to stay right here for a second, then jump back up front just a little bit further. Craig Bell, Christopher Dean, Bob Rogerson all going at it. Dean, he is on a tear. Look at him running down the drivers in front right now. Dean going to make it all the way up to 6th, and pounds the outside wall. Contact for the 2. Will it be enough? Will the damage be significant enough to slow his run down? He has got great pace here even with the contact with the outside wall, Christopher Dean turning in a lap very comparative to what race leader Coleridge Fenmore is pumping out lap after lap. We'll continue to watch the speed charts, continue to watch those gaps that's growing for the time being from Richardson back to Craig Bell right now, who's got a lot of company to deal with. Christopher Dean not letting him go anywhere, not letting him go away. Bob Rogerson in 78 there to pick up the pieces. The T-Rex Express Colonial Riders driver, Craig Bell, and that 14 machine going to make it as wide as he possibly can. Remember, race fans, I said 5 to 10 laps. These drivers should be coming to pit lane, so we should see just about everybody begin to funnel down to pit road here before lap number 50. Let's see if my crew chief hat still fits. And as we are just past that 100 lap remaining threshold, do want to take a moment to salute everybody back at the Wheels for Warriors organization for all you do, helping all the at-risk veterans that you have helped and that you continue to help and that you will help. Wheels for Warriors USA, one of the best veteran organizations I could think of, that I could think to be a part of, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. That's Wheels for Warriors USA. That's right, taking at-risk veterans, helping them get back in their feet, back into the mix of things, get them linked up with some fellow like-minded individuals, get that sense of brotherhood and camaraderie back that so many of our soldiers miss once they reach the civilian world. And at the end of their program, Wheels for Warriors USA presents their sponsor with a very own motorcycle of their own. So, I mean, how cool is that? I can't think of a cooler veterans organization to back and get behind, and I can't think of a better 2 gentlemen to deal with. It's been a pleasure dealing with the guys back at the Wheels for Warriors USA organization. Craig, Jesse, both of the guys, absolutely amazing individuals, as is the rest of your team out there, located in central Nebraska. So if you want some information, you want to know what they're all about, well, scroll down in the description right there, click the link, head on over to Wheels for Warriors USA. That's www.w4w.org. Wheels for Warriors USA. Back to the action on track. We said we'd see drivers begin to come to pit road. Craig Bell brought his machine down to pit road for 4 tires and fuel. 64 of Cody Richardson. He's going to be the next one to jump to pit road. Fenmore, Koska, Caldwell, now Dean sits in the 4th position with Bob Rogerson rounding out your top 5. The Boston Bruins sponsored 37 Chevy Z01 Camaro, piloted by David Rogerson. He's knocking on the door of a top 6, and now Andrew Koska gonna bring his car down pit road for service and tires as well. Dave Sanders enters pit road. I said it, I called it. Crew chief hat still intact. What do you say? I said you'd start to see all of these drivers in around lap number 50, and where are we at? Lap number 49. Thank you. Take a bow. And just like that, a few drivers going to prove me wrong and probably extend this thing another 5 to 6 laps. Coleridge Fenmore, your race leader, absolutely in another zip code, and he's going to go ahead, pull off of the track and head to pit lane. This time around, he's got himself an 11-second advantage over Christopher Dean. What does Dean decide to do this time around? Looks like he's in the gas. Looks like he's going to stay out this time around, staying out on the track. He's going to lead a lap here tonight. That's going to be our 4th different lead change amongst just 3 different drivers. No caution flags here tonight, as we have been clean and green all 50 laps that are in the board, as we put lap number 51 on the scoring pylon. Green flag pit stops well underway. We've only got 7 drivers left to make their first green flag pit stop here tonight. There you can see Christopher Dean leads this field as now Trevor Ryan, Eric Anderson, and Brian Dorsey all come to pit road. 3 drivers going to remain out there on the track. And we're trying to look around here, trying to see what we can see. Coleridge Finmore maybe playing it a little bit safe, getting to pit road. Slowest out of your Championship 4 competitors on and off pit road. His pit road delta a little bit slower, just about 2 seconds slower than that 64 of Cody Richardson. He was absolutely lights out on and off pit road. Pit crew not too shabby in the stop for Richardson as well. Now he is breathing down the neck of your race leader, Christopher Dean, who's going to pull off the racetrack, head to pit road this time around. What does the 89 of Patrick Stein do? The Blue Emu sponsored 89 will take over the race lead if he keeps it out there on the track, and he's going to do so. He wants a lap led before the end of the season. Check that out. That's going to be our 4th different leader of the night. 5 lead changes. Matt Kontosh, he's got a shot to lead a lap here tonight as well. The 80 machine out there behind Stein. He's yet to make his first green flag pit stop of the night. And I mean, I wonder what this is gonna, I wonder what the undercut really is worth here at Phoenix since the reconfiguration. I mean, we're going to have to take a look here at some of the drivers when they came to pit road, where they're running, where they're at right now. Looks like Crank Bell, who came to pit road about 5 laps sooner than the drivers around him, gained a little bit of time, but still sits about 3.8 seconds back from Andrew Caldwell. And Caldwell has 5-lap pressure tires, so the gap should begin to go back the opposite direction. So it doesn't look like the undercut is where you want to go or where you want to be. Christopher Dean drops to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll go around your race leader, put himself back on the lead lap. Frank DiMaggio, Trevor Ryan also going to put themselves back on the lead lap. We'll check in with what may be your new race leader this time around, and indeed it is another new race leader here tonight at Phoenix International Raceway in the Sun Devil 140. Right here for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Matt Kontosh going to take a few laps out of the pocket of one of these Championship 4 contenders, but let's be honest about it. It's not about how many points you got and where you're at. It's going to come down to pretty much who finishes in front of who. If I'm not mistaken, if I've read these rules correctly, when it comes to these Championship 4 drivers, there are no more bonus points. Leading the laps, grabbing a pole, it doesn't do anything for you as far as the points, but what it does do is just build your confidence. And you may find yourself walking away with the championship trophy. Andrew Koska gonna go back to the point as he gets by a pitting Matt Kontosh. Kontosh staying out there for quite some time. That's going to give us our 7th lead change of the night now as we work our way around the track. Lap number 59 goes on the board. We'll continue to jump around the track from time to time, check out a few other battles that continue to go on out there. Bob Rogerson has Christopher Wold, Dave Sanders, Eric Anderson all lined up with him running on track. I am impartial to this car. I absolutely love it. And you can hate on me if you want, but nothing is sweeter out there. Look at that thing. I'm telling you what, absolute thing of beauty. Eric Anderson pushing it out there week in, week out. Hands down, one of the best paint schemes out there, in my personal opinion. Got that beautiful Wheels for Warriors USA logo across the hood for the whole world to see, all the fans in the stands, as well as each and every one of you tuning in around TV land. We do appreciate each and every one of you. That Turn 3 logo emblazoned on the side of the 43. Eric, hats off, my man. Go get him. And I'll quit being a fanboy and a cheerleader for a moment, and we'll jump back a little further in the field. What do you say? We'll jump, I tell you what, a little bit further in front. How about we go to Andrew Caldwell, Craig Bell, just back behind this 3-car battle. The Chevy Power moving to the front of the field. Your top 3 drivers, all now Chevy ZL1 Camaros. Only one Toyota driver made it to the championship 4, so kind of ganging up on him right now. Koska leads Finmore, Richardson, and Caldwell. Watching the battle here between 2 chase competitors, 2 championship contenders. Cody Richardson running in the 3rd spot has Andrew Caldwell all over him. Caldwell had a great pit stop, one of the fastest pit stops, but one of the slowest pit road deltas out of your championship 4. So while the pit crew did their job, a little bit safe on pit road entry cost that 64 or 46, I apologize, a little bit of time, a little bit of track position as we continue to run clean and green here all night long. 65 laps in to tonight's 140 lap event, the Sun Devil 140 championship night right here from Phoenix International Raceway. You're watching the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Some small battles all around the racetrack still yet out there. Drivers still mixing it up amongst themselves. Continue to watch the battle right here between Richardson and Caldwell. But how about Coleridge Finmore making the pass once again? Back a handful of laps ago, about 2 to 3 laps ago to be exact, to take back that race lead. That's going to give us our 8th different lead change here tonight. 5 different race leaders. Finmore back on point. And Koska trying to run him back down. Cody Richardson trying to improve, give his championship hopes a shot in the arm. Craig Bell sitting in the 5th position, down 10 seconds on your race leader, 8 seconds back from Caldwell right now. He's got 5th secure for the time being. 2 seconds back sits Christopher Dean in the 6th spot. Frank DiMaggio's up 8 positions into the 7th. 18 machine of Trevor Ryan now running in 8th. Bob Rogerson and Christopher Wold round out your top 10. The Budweiser Select 32 machines, it has been running really well over these last final few weeks here in season number 2 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. So look for Wold to finish off the year with a solid top 10. Looking to finish off season number 2 solid. This man right here in that one machine walked away with the race win last week at Michigan International Speedway. That set him up with 5 wins on the season. He is the winningest driver so far this year. Can Finmore turn memories from season number 1 into motivation? And tonight, under the lights, have redemption here from Phoenix. We've got a little bit of a ways to go, just past that halfway point. And well, since we are at that halfway point, what do you say, race fans? We go ahead and give you some of your driver highlights and spotlights here as we run across the track. This time around, lap number 72 goes on the board. Let's take a look at your top 5 as they go around the speedway right now. Coleridge Fenmore, your pole sitter. Championship contender looking for the Season 2 trophy. There you can see last season, 8-time Wheels for Warriors Pro Cup Series winner. This year it's 5 wins, so in 2 seasons, 13 race wins. Absolutely lights out. Can Fenmore put another one in the bag and walk away with the championship trophy? This man running right behind him, he's had the top spot a handful of times. Andrew Koska never went to victory lane this season, but Koska has been fast, consistently good, week in, week out in Koska. Also, a championship contender still here tonight in your Final 4. The 47 sits in second. Here's where the big battle is. Here's where the mix-up's going to get. The 64 of Cody Richardson, Blueford, Illinois' very own, trying to walk away with a championship trophy here. Oh my goodness, this season, Richardson to a victory lane 2 times this year, looking for a third because it looks like that's what it's going to take here tonight. Your championship 4 drivers all running at the front of this field, and Richardson sits in third. We mentioned your Final 4 running in the top of this field. Well, they are your front for the Sirius XM 46. Being driven by Andrew Caldwell out of Bradford, Ontario, getting the job done week in, week out. Caldwell with a race win to his name this season. He's looking for one more as well, because as we stated, it looks like you're going to have to win tonight's race to walk away with that championship trophy. Drivers sitting back in 5th. Finishing it out, your mid-race report, driver highlights and spotlights, your mid-race report rundown. Christopher Dean sits in 5th. He's also the biggest mover of the race so far here tonight. Dean started all the way outside of your top 15, and here he is now on track, 78 laps into tonight's race, up 11 positions. Rounding out your top 5, Christopher Dean. And that's going to do it for those mid-race reports, your driver highlights and spotlights, the mid-race rundown. And we'll get right back to the track, right back to the action at hand. If you haven't already, race fans, go ahead and join us in that push to 3,000. But more importantly, drop these drivers that thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding through to say hey, or you're one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, maybe a fellow driver coming in to check out on your teammate, sponsors out there looking in on things. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So show these drivers some love and appreciation. Drop them that thumbs up. And with just about 60 to 61 laps remaining here tonight from Phoenix International Raceway, let's hear it out there in TV land, race fans. Who you got? I want to see some picks coming in over there on the YouTube chat side of things. Don't be shy. Don't be scared about it. Go ahead and put it down. Who you got? You know, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say, I think Andrew Koska shocks the world. I think Koska is going to play his cards right, and at the end of this race, we've seen him take that top spot away and make Fenmore really work to get back to that top spot. He has given up a lot of ground, though, 2.2 seconds, but I think Koska's got a plan. I think Koska's going to run this thing out, and I do believe we'll see that 47 in victory lane, hoisting not only the race-winning trophy, but also the championship trophy. Let's see who you got. There's mine. You can hate it if you want. I understand. Trying to mix things up, and Koska, as we said, he has been one of the most consistent drivers all season long, and why stop being Mr. Consistent here tonight? I think he's going to do a great job at getting the tires through these runs. I think he's going to have a great pit strategy, and I'm telling you, keep an eye for that 47 running in second right now. He leads Cody Richardson by just a handful of tenths. Right at about a second to be exact, dropping off the pace just a little bit is Andrew Caldwell. Christopher Dean now has a lap car behind him. Paul Turner right there. And I got to agree with you out there, Jams. A caution throws everything out. It throws it all away. Your pit strategy, your fuel strategy, it all goes away. You got to rethink it on the fly. And, well, sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't. Let's go back to a little bit of a closer battle. What do you say right here? Craig Bell, Frank DiMaggio going at it on track, side by side here, mixing things up. Two very good competitors right here. Craig Bell struggling a little bit with that mid-race run pace. We've seen it during our first green flag run. Just kind of fell off pace there from the midway point on through the run. And Frank DiMaggio going to drop to the bottom of the racetrack right there, hug that yellow line with the left side tires, work his way back up across the track, across the start-finish line. Move DiMaggio to sixth as Bell drops another spot. And, you know, reading through the chat over there, Jams, I mean, I agree. It's kind of weird picking this late into a race, but, you know, truth be told, I was rooting for Crank Bell and that 14 T-Rex Express Colonial Riders 14 machine to get to the championship night here tonight and really put it on the field, really completely flip-flop from where he was just about this time one season ago. We all know Crank's story. We want to look at the good times here now that we've had over the course of this season, but last year, real fast, Crank being sidelined about mid-season in championship form at that by COVID, and fortunately enough, after undergoing a lot of medical treatment, Crank was able to kick COVID's and come back home, come back even stronger, and come back even faster. He has been a thorn in the side of the field all season long, just absolutely running well. Frank DiMaggio, Crank Bell mixed it up. Bell sits in seventh. That was my original championship pick, and so we'll call the audible Omaha, and we'll put the 47 at the helms. Let's see if we can get this one right. What do you say? All right, let's see what we've got out there. What's moving, what's shaking? How about this battle between Brian Dorsey and Dave Sanders on the track? That's going to be for 13th and 14th on the speedway. These two drivers have mixed up that spot a handful of times, swapped it back and forth. Dave Sanders in the 77 machine was running in that 13th position and has dropped back now to the 14th spot. Patrick Stein and Brian Dorsey both were able to get by about 3 laps ago. Crank Bell starting to heat things back up with Frank DiMaggio. We'll jump back up front here in just a moment. This battle going to dissipate. Let's go back to the battle for second and third on the racetrack. What do you say? Andrew Koska, Cody Richardson mixing it up amongst each other, and that is only going to go to help Finn Moore's calls here. And that's going to slow these drivers down and allow Coleridge to stamp out to even bigger of an advantage at the front of this field. Fenmore right now sits with a 4-second advantage as we work our way towards lap 100 here tonight under the lights at Phoenix International Raceway. You're watching the Sun Devil 140 Championship Night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. If you want to find your way into running in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, well, you gotta head on over to Facebook, head on over to the world's #1 racing simulator right here on iRacing.com. Hit up the league directories, go ahead and type in the Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues, get in touch with one of the admins, and trying to see if you can work your way in through the ranks and work your way on track here with the big boys, where the big boys shine and play the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Second round of green flag pit stops now underway. Koska, Caldwell, Richardson, all to pit road, all looking for some kind of undercut help, all looking to see if they'll be able to get by the one of Coleridge Fenmore, who has now gone 17 and a half seconds out in front of Christopher Dean. I think it's going to be hard-pressed for anybody to lead another lap unless it's one of these drivers that are attempting this short pit, this undercut, and it's all really going to depend on how long Fenmore elects to stay out there. And he's not going to stay out very long at all, about a lap or so, and he's going to go ahead and pull it to pit lane. So as Fenmore pulls off the track and back down pit road for his possible final stop of the race evening, we'll jump back here with Christopher Dean, who's battling with Andrew Caldwell. Caldwell fresh off of pit road. He's got the fresh 4 Goodyear tires. And he's going to mosey right on around right here down in to turn number 1. The 2 of Dean are going to give a lap back to Caldwell for the time being. Is he going to be able to lead the lap? Yes, he is. 9th lead change of the night now. Where does the rest of this field shake out? Where does Koska, Caldwell all end up running at? How about Cody Richardson? Where does that 64 work his way out of the mix here? As Fenmore down and away, just now getting up to speed. That's going to be a close battle for 3rd and 4th on the racetrack. And Richardson gets by. Oh my, we got to go back to this one. He gets by, not by much, but he gets by. It's one thing to walk away from a driver while they're battling with another race car, but it is another thing to run down a driver and make a pass while you have got a driver trying to run you down and make a pass. Oh, Richardson may have pulled a okey doke on this entire field. He came to pit road back on lap number 94, just 1 lap prior to Koska and Caldwell. And you can see right there, race fans, that's what it amounts to. Andrew Koska 1 lap later on to pit road, and he is still back behind Fenmore, albeit just 0.3 of a second. Just enough. Richardson's crew getting the job done again on and off, or in the box, on and off pit road. Driver got his job done. Now Richardson looks to lead once Dean heads to pit road for his second and what could be final stop of the night. And there it is, Christopher Dean gonna head to pit road this time around. Fenmore looking for that familiar low lane through the dog leg. We've seen him not really gain a ton of ground, but gaining that ground over time. And we have got ourselves quite a bit of time. Just under 40 laps now remaining here from Phoenix International Raceway in the Sun Devil 140 Championship Night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Season number 2 coming to a close for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Your top 3 drivers are all vying for a championship, vying for yet another race win. Can Koska shock the world and walk away with the race win. Losing a little bit of touch right now with these top two drivers, and that is something that Richardson does not want to see. Much fresher tires on that one of Finmore. He's got a little bit of an advantage right there. He needs Koska to stay in the mix. He needs some lap cars possibly to get, I don't want to say get in the way, but use them as a pick and force them to be in the way. And oh, here comes that run on the dog leg for Finmore, and he's going to dive it down into the corner, wash up a little bit. Able to pin him down just enough through the center. Oh my gosh, they almost touch. Wow. They almost touch on corner exit, side by side for the race lead, side by side for championship trophies. Finmore and Richardson continue to go at it side by side once again. Finmore at the bottom, Richardson at the top, pinching him down just a little bit there through the center of the corner and down out of turn number 4, turn number 3, 2. There goes turn number 3. And able to pin him down and get him loose just enough to gain that ground back. Finmore going to have to reset, refocus, reload, and go back at it once again as they continue to run down lap machines off in front. That's the 4 of Paul Turner, already listed 1 lap down. Turner falling victim to your race leaders early here tonight. Looks like he's going to fall yet a second lap down, and he's going to go ahead and pull all the way down to the bottom of the track. Talk about being gentlemen right there. Paul Turner, man, he got way out the way and made sure he's not going to be involved in any type of he said, she said. I'm getting out the way. And as your top two drivers continue to race things out on the track, Andrew Koska still kind of just hanging out right there, about 3/4 of a second off of this battle for the race lead. And as we watch the race lead here on lap number 108 out of the 140 scheduled in the official race distance, we are down to just 8 drivers on the lead lap. We've been caught up and involved so much in these hot and heavy battles, we forgot to bring you the house cleaning portion of the mid-race report. We started tonight's race with 21 drivers on the track. We have still got 18 out there running here tonight, but only 8 left on the lead lap. Bob Rogerson in the 78 machine is listed as the lucky dog. We have not seen a caution flag wave all night long, though, and now Finmore tries his hand at the top. He's going to try to pinch down. Oh, my gosh. Huge crossover from Finmore. Oh, my gosh, man, I'm telling you, we're watching a wreck that just hasn't happened. This is what you call championship racing action, race fans, right here. If this ain't the type of racing that you tuned in for, I don't know what to say. And just like that, after taking that inside lane for about a lap or so, Richardson said, never mind, I want that high side back once again. And Finmore really rolling the center of the corner very well this time by. We continue this side-by-side battle. Man, I'm telling you, this has been about 10 laps or more side-by-side racing action for the race lead for your championship trophy. The man sitting right behind them, watching it all go down right through his windshield, sitting in his office, putting in work. Andrew Koska sits back in third. We do have some other battles out there on the racetrack. Do want to mention and get to here. Going to keep this battle for the top spot for your championship trophy right here on screen for you for just a little bit longer. Christopher Dean going at it now. I believe that is with Frank DiMaggio. Yes, it is. Trevor Ryan also closing in on the tail end of Craig Bell. .32 of Christopher Wold starting to close in on Bob Rogerson as well. So as this battle continues for the race lead for the championship trophy. Finmore so close that time to making the pass work, and it looks like he's gonna have to give it up this time through 3 and 4. Richardson put on, and I'm gonna say it, I do apologize to all the fans out there for this, put on a hell of a fight and just couldn't overcome that charge right there by Finmore, and Finmore going to be able to make his way up and around back on lap number 113. Man, what a hard-fought battle by that 64 of Richardson. You can't blame him for any of that great racing action. I mean, this is for the championship right here. It's these 3 drivers right here, 1, 2, 3 on track, going after it, trying to get the job done. Just 25 laps to go. Do they have to come back to pit road? That's another question we have to ask ourselves. We've seen drivers not quite make it to the 50 lap point on the fuel. We've seen them not able to stretch it to lap 100 with their second pit stop. How much have these drivers burnt out of the fuel tank? Finmore and Richardson going at it like that, side by side. You can't save fuel, you can't save tires when you're racing for a position like that on the track. When will these drivers have to hit pit road? What will the strategy be? And do we have anybody that can make it from here on out? And I've got a sly, sneaky play for the race win here tonight. Christopher Dean, only driver on the track that was able to stretch his fuel past that 100 lap mark. He seems to be the only driver that can make it on fuel. We have seen him cycle to the race lead during green flag pit stops. Keep your eye on that slick, sly deuce of Christopher Dean. He may walk away with the race win. It may come down to an absolute pit strategy by your top 4 championship contenders, running 1, 2, 3, 4 on the track right now. Finmore leads Richardson, Koska, and Caldwell. Back rounding out your top 4 with Christopher Dean lining up in that 5th position right now, still up 11 spots, biggest mover of the race here so far. And as this battle for that top spot has kind of dissipated and went away, let's jump back to another battle. What do you say? It's for position off of the lead lap, though. Bob Rogerson, Christopher Wold right here going at it, 9th and 10th on the speedway. We'll keep our eye up there on the front of this field. We'll keep our eyes on those speed charts and see how it's all continuing to shake out. In Finmore, this is where we've seen him really get strong during the run. Last time by a 10th faster than anybody inside of your top 5. So this is where Finmore really stretches his legs and really opens up that gap. But does he have enough to open up a gap big enough to extend the fuel run far enough to not have to make a 3rd and final splash and go stop here under the lights at Phoenix International Raceway? We'll have to wait to see how it all plays out. We've got less than 20 to go. Just 18 laps remain before we will crown the Season 2 champion right here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Watching your closest battle on track, battle between some lap machines just behind 4th place runner Andrew Caldwell. You're watching the 78 of Bob Rogerson and Christopher Wold go at it on track. That's for 9th and 10th on the speedway. Wold sitting in that final spot inside the top 10, and he's wanting a little bit more. Will he be able to gain a spot or 2 here late in the race? What do you say we jump back up front here Because Andrew Koska, he has started to reel back in Cody Richardson. And are we seeing a product of that undercut? Finmore at the front of the field. He's got 2 lap fresher tires than Koska. And Caldwell, he's got 3 lap fresher tires than Richardson. Is that enough to secure enough space to get to the end of this thing? I don't think these drivers are going to make it on fuel. I don't see them coming up with 3 extra laps all of a sudden. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. That changes everything. Caution on the speedway. First caution of the night coming out with just 15 laps to go. Lap 124. We seen the caution flag fly. Looks like it does involve a handful of drivers. Let's go check the replay. Oh, and it looks like Eric Anderson with trouble, and Patrick Stein. Oh my gosh. Patrick Stein, hard impact there. Let's go back, take one more look at it here. And Anderson contact with the outside wall back across the track, and oh my gosh. Just absolutely ate the front end right there. Man. Hard impact there for... Oh my gosh, for that 43 as well as the 89. Tough break will rejoin the race. Back behind the base car. Looks like field down pit road for a money stop. We're going to stay right here, race fans. This is too much to walk away from. We got to see what kind of strategy. Do you play strategy here? Watching these top 4 right sides down on all of them. Richardson, first driver with the left sides up. Looks like he's going to be down and away. Can he pass Finmore by exit? No, not going to get him at the line. Finmore going to lead the race off of pit road. Cody Richardson going to line up in second. Andrew Caldwell now in third. And Andrew Koska going to rotate back to fourth for the restart. And race fans, you need to go get your popcorn. Go get your drink. Go get your popcorn. Get it done. Get it done quick. Get it done fast. Because we're going to go back green flag racing with right about 10 laps to go. And with 10 laps to go, I asked it earlier. What would you do to walk away with the championship trophy? Are you willing to come back with just the steering wheel? Are you willing to push the envelope for one lap? Are you willing to, well, let's just say it candidly, are you willing to piss off another driver? Are you willing to go to that point? What kind of drivers inside of the helmets here for these drivers on this restart? I'm telling you, it's going to get hot and heavy. I think we're going to have some upset drivers. And, well, just want to mention my man, that 47. He's got a breath of fresh air right now for his championship hopes and dreams. We'll see if my man, the 47, can get up and around and lead this thing once again. Led a handful of laps earlier here tonight. Will we see Koska get back to the point? The boss man in the flag stand has waved the finger at Mr. Smith in the iRacing Chevy Silverado pace truck. We've got one to go. We will go back green flag racing with just 10 laps remaining. This is gonna get crazy business about to pick up. Here we go. Pace truck down and away. Wait for it, and Richardson. Long way down here to the restart box. Kind of got me a little bit off sync there. And here we go. Green flag flies as they both get in the gas. They touch. Finmore steps away. There's that fan out we were talking about. 2-3 wide back through this field. Here comes that 2 of Christopher Dean. Finmore able to step away. Oh my gosh, able to run from this field right now. 0.3 of a second. Here comes the 47 back to the inside of Richardson. Koska back to third. Looking for more. A little bit of a wash up there in turn 1 and 2. Back out of the corner, or 3 and 4. I apologize. Back out of corner exit across the line. Through the dog leg into turn 1, out of turn number 2. Where are they going to run him down? Richardson with a great corner right there. Able to gain a little bit of ground. Whoa! Big wiggle, almost slapping the outside wall there for Crank Bell. Back through the field, running in that 7th position. Frank DiMaggio. How about the run to the front for that 95? Koska, Richardson mixing it up for second and third on the racetrack. They've got to run down Finmore. They cannot afford to get caught up racing each other right now. Koska gonna fall in line. Here we go once again down into the corner. Richardson still hunting for Finmore, still trying to sniff a little bit of draft. Ken, Richardson, and Koska. Caldwell gang up and grab the top spot away from Coleridge. Finmore what an action-packed race here tonight, race fans. We've had ourselves 9 lead changes, 5 different race leaders, just 1 caution coming out with just 15 laps to go. We went back green flag racing with 10 laps to go. Hot and heavy battle here, 2nd, 3rd, 4th on the racetrack. But race leader Coleridge Finmore will see the high five this time around by the boss man in the flag stand. It looks like we may have a driver around in the back, and yes, we do. One goes around to the tail end of the field. It's the 32 of Christopher Wold, I do believe. So that will put us under caution once again here from Phoenix International Raceway. We'll check the replay. No, just sliding. Late slide out of corner exit. Oh my gosh. Did you see the 20 of Mike Stiverson? Stiverson pounding that outside wall. One more look at it here. And Stiverson super loose, and oh my gosh. I mean, he pancaked the bejesus out of this. Whew. Here we go. Back at the front. Race leader, Coleridge Finmore. He's got to make up no time. He's got to have 1 more restart. He's got to get the job done around the track, green-white checkered style, for the race win, for the season championship, your top 4 drivers. I think we're going to see some more beating and banging. I don't think we have seen the last of the cars to go around on track. Look for that 64 of Richardson to really be on Finmore this time on the restart. Man, I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Richter. I don't know. And yeah, I hear you, Wilder. I mean, I don't think that Wilder is even going to be enough. I'm going to go with chaotic. Unless Finmore nails this restart and really gets away, like, immediately, I think this thing is going to get... It's going to be... Wow. Let's... It's going to be wow. And it all comes down to this. Every driver eyeballs a chance to walk away with a championship trophy when they embark on a season. Last year's season number 1 in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, the one of Finmore had his shot at a championship taken away early. And here he is with a shot for the trophy. Season number 2, can Richardson pull 2 belts out and walk away with a second championship here with Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues in 2021? We're gonna find out shortly. Drivers gonna have to stay stacked up down this long stretch. Can Casca shock the world, or will we see Andrew Caldwell walk away with some hardware here tonight? Man, oh man, side by side. Wait for it. Here we go. Green flag flies. Finmore drops to the bottom. Casca trying to follow through, and Finmore catches him out in contact between the 46 and the 64, and caution gonna fly. That, I believe, is going to do it. One attempt at a green-white checkered. I believe that is going to be all she wrote. Contact on the restart for 2 of your championship drivers, Cody Richardson, Andrew Casca, get involved, get tangled up with each other, and that brings out the caution for the third and final time here tonight. White flag indeed flying on the field. 1 lap to go. This is gonna be it. We are gonna end tonight's race under caution here from Phoenix International Raceway. Man, we would have loved to have seen that thing go green flag, but only one attempt, only one official attempt at a green-white checkered here. So Coleridge Finmore walks away with his 6th win on the season, as well as the championship trophy. And no jams, when the caution flag flew for our second caution, we only had ourselves 4 laps to go, and iRacing, anything under 5 laps to go, iRacing automatically switching to that green-white checkered attempt. So unfortunately, that's going to be the one and only attempt at the green-white checkered attempt here, and we are going to crown a new champion here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, getting the job done. Most wins on the year. He captures the biggest flag of them all. He's going to walk away with a championship trophy, burning it down on the front stretch for all the fans in the stands. Coleridge Finmore grabs a checkered flag, a race win, in the championship trophy here tonight. And the Sun Devil 140 from Phoenix International Raceway. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And we're live back trackside once again here from Phoenix International Raceway, trying to wait to see if we can get a hold of some of these drivers walking away from the track here tonight. See if we can have a few words with some of them before they go ahead and exit the track. What a race we had here tonight to walk away from season number 2 with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Man, what a battle coming to the race end. Coleridge Finmore, Andrew Koska, Andrew Caldwell, as well as Cody Richardson putting on an absolute show all race long. And it looks like, unfortunately, the post-race celebrations going on hot and heavy down there on pit lane. So we'll let your season winner, Coleridge Finmore, enjoy the moment, enjoy his 6th race win in the Season 2 Championship Trophy. So let's go ahead, jump right in. What do you say, race fans? We go ahead and begin to wind it on down here tonight. What do you say we start to work through your unofficial race results right here from Phoenix International Raceway in the season finale, walking away with the top spot, with the race win, with the checkered flag and championship trophy in hand, the one of Coleridge Finmore. Andrew Koska going to finish back in 2nd. Andrew Caldwell back in 3rd. 4th place here tonight belongs to the 95 of Frank DiMaggio. Christopher Dean going to walk away with the final spot in the top 5. 78 of Bob Rogerson going to slide home in 6th. 7th place tonight to David Rogerson. Cody Richardson back in 8th. 9th place belongs to the 14 of Cranked Bell. The 18 of Trevor Ryan will finish out your top 10, while the 4 of Trevor Ryan, Paul Turner, walks away in 11th. 12th place tonight, Brian Dorsey, Jerry Isaacs back in 13th. 14th to the 80 of Matt Contosh. Christopher Wold going to finish tonight's race back in 15, while Mike Stiverson walks away in the season finale back in 16th. 17th to the 89 of Patrick Stein. Eric Anderson finishes tonight's race back in 18th. 19th on track, Dave Sanders, Dusty Martin, and Eric Moore will round out your running order here tonight for the season finale. That's right, the Sun Devil 140 over with, in the bag. New season champion here for season number 2 with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Coleridge Finmore gets the job done. And well, race fans, that's going to do it for season number 2 here with the Wheels for Warriors USA. We do appreciate all the support all season long. If you haven't already, scroll down in the description, click the link, head on over to the Wheels for Warrior website, find out some more about this great organization that continues to help our at-risk veterans here in the States. Man, what a season number 2. I can't wait to see season number 3 rolling out here very shortly. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for all the information coming out about the upcoming season. And just like that, we're going to go ahead and turn off the lights, flip a few cords, and, well, pack the bags and get ready to go here tonight from Phoenix International Raceway. So stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet ya in turn 3.